In this video, I'm going to show you how to create some graduation fans. Now, I've seen a lot of this recently in some groups, and I want to show you how we can create grad fans in Canva with a little bit of work. All right, so I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that I would create grad fans. Now, keep in mind that anything that I'm doing is 100% customizable on your end. So, you may not like the fonts that I use. You might not like the backgrounds that I use. Just remember, you can do anything you want. I'm just giving you the basics, the foundations of how to create your grad fan, and you can take it away with your creativity. So normally people have a photo that they work with of the person who's graduating. I don't have anyone who's graduating in my family that I can test this out on. So I'm going to have to use a stock photo of a student that is graduating. So I'm just going to go into Elements on the side right here, and I'm going to use or search for a stock photo. And I'll just see if I can find something. Okay, so I'm going to use this photo right here. Now this photo happens to have a white background. I'm going to remove the background by going into Edit Image and removing the background. Now, if you don't have Canva Pro, your options are to go to Apps, and you can use Background Eraser. It's 100% free. Or you can use a website called Remove.bg. That is absolutely free too. So now that I have the background removed here on this photo, I don't need the arms. So I'm just going to crop out the arm, and I'll just make it a little bit smaller so that I only have the shoulders. I'm going to make this a little bit larger so that we can see what we're working with. Now, the next step is I'm going to add some text. And I'm just adding this onto my workspace, but I'll change it in a few minutes. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to put the year in here, and I'll make a duplicate of this, and I'll come down here and I'll double click in the text, and I'll also write grad. Now we can also add class of up here. That's totally up to you whether you want to do that. I'm going to grab these two text boxes, and I'm going to change the font to College, Wildcat College font, which is right here. I'm going to make that a little bit larger, and there are two separate text boxes, which works good for me. And I'm just going to make them as wide as her shoulders, and maybe just a little bit larger. And now I'll grab the grad down here, and I'll place it down here. And I'll make that just as large as the 2024. And I'll bring that up just a little bit to there. Okay, so at this stage, we know that there is this harsh line right between her shoulders and 2024. So what can we do to diffuse this? Well, we can use circle gradients to diffuse that. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to add a white shape behind the 2024 grad. So I'm going to go into shapes right now. And I'm just going to place a shape on my desktop, and I'm going to place the shape just after the 2024, and I'm going to bring it down just underneath the grad. And right now it is gray, but I am going to change that to white. So just stay with me, okay? I'm actually going to push that in behind the photo of the girl. So I'm going to come to position. I'm going to come which was right here. I'm going to come to layers and I'm going to come down here to the background of the shape. And I'm going to click on the color chooser and I'm going to change that to white. Now I'm going to go and, okay, so you might be asking why. Well, it's because I'm planning on creating an outline to this whole fan and I need that shape in there. So no matter what color you put on the background, whether it's blue or yellow or green, if there's no element on the background and you're downloading it as a PNG transparent, that background is always going to be transparent unless there's a shape. And that's why I added the shape, because I don't want in between the numbers and the letters to be transparent in the middle. I want there to be some kind of a solid fill in behind it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to, in elements, I'm going to search for circle gradient. And I'm going to use this one. And this is a little bit too large, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. And I'm going to grab it and I'm going to put it right in there to help to diffuse that line. Okay, and I think that is it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to push that the text grad in 2024 right up to the top, and I'll leave it like that. And now I'm going to add some more text, okay? So I'm going to say congratulations, and I'm going to change this font to something called, now this is a custom font, so you might not have access to this, but you can use any script font that you want to use. And right now the color is black. Now I'm going to place a little bit of an effect on congratulations. I'll come to effects and I'm going to place a black outline around it. I'm going to make it thick. And I'm going to change the font to white. All right, I'll go back into effects. I want to make that outline a little bit larger like that. And I'm going to bring it down a little bit so that it sits right on 2024. All right. Now, if you're finding that the text is too big, you can always make the text smaller. That's totally up to you. So now that we are done here, before I download it, I'm just going to change the background color just to make sure that I don't have any of that gradient, that circle gradient spreading out over her shoulders or underneath. So I'm just going to change the color to green. And the other thing I'm going to do before we download this is change that shape so that it has rounded corners. So I'll come up here to border style and I'm going to change the corner rounding to round like that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. What I'm going to do now is, and if you want to see more of the shoulders, then just bring up the photo a little bit more like that. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to share. I'm going to go to download. And what I want to do is I want to download this as a PNG transparent. So remember what I said, even though the background is green, there are no elements on the background. There's just these, this is the only elements on my workspace. So I'm just going to download this as transparent. I'm going to add another page. And I'm going to bring that image into my workspace here. Okay, so now that I have this here, the first idea that I had for a grad fan is to just place an outline around here. So I'm going to go to edit image because now this is an image. And I'm going to go to shadows and I'm going to add an outline. So this is one idea. You can make the fan like this. If you want to change the color of the shape, you can change the color of the shape. You would do that on this stage. You can change the color of the text up there. But at this point here, all you need to do at this stage, once you get to this stage, is to download this as a PNG transparent and then bring it into your Cricut or wherever you're going to bring it and print it off from there. Now, the second idea that we can do is a double outline. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click on this image one more time, and I'm going to change the outline color to white. Okay, I'm going to change that to white, and I'm just going to make it a little bit larger, like that. All right, and from this stage, I'm going to download this again as a PNG transparent. So again, PNG transparent, and I only want that second page. I'll say done, and I'll download. Okay, I'll add another page, and I'll grab that one that was just downloaded in here. So there's that white outline. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add a black outline. All right, so let me just make that larger so you can see it. I'm going to go back into edit image. I'm going to go into shadows. I'm going to select the outline. And now keep in mind that you can make the outline as thick or as thin as you want it. That's 100% up to you to decide. So you can make it thinner, you can make it thicker, whatever. Okay, so that's the second design that I have for you. So the third option I have for you is where you can place any background behind the student or the graduate. In order to do this, every time that you're doing it, it's going to be a custom frame. So one frame isn't going to be able to do several fans. Every time you're doing one, you're going to have to create a custom frame. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this image to make a frame. So I'll go into edit image, and I'm going to go to duotone, and I'm going to make this whole image black. Okay, so I'll go into custom, and I'm going to change the highlights to black and the shadows to black. And I need to make sure that it's 100% black. So it's got to be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0 in both of the highlights and the shadows. It's got to be pitch black. Okay. I'll come back here to my workspace. I'm just going to change that back to white. And I'm now going to download this as a PNG. And I just want that fourth page. PNG, it doesn't need to be transparent. It just needs to be a PNG. So I'm just going to uncheck all pages, come down to page 4, and I'm going to download page 4. All right, so there it is. I'm now going to open up another tab, and I'm going to go to a website called convertor.io. It's one of my favorite websites because guess what? It's 100% absolutely free. And before I move on to the next step, I just want to say that I have opened up channel memberships, and I've got a tutorial for Canva on there. It's 49 videos right now. I'm going to be adding one more video to make 50 videos. It's about 8 hours worth of videos that will take you right through all of the fundamentals of Canva. Although it is a beginner tutorial, it's the basis for you to learn how to use Canva in an intermediate and an advanced way. My membership that has this tutorial also comes with a private Facebook group where you can get personal feedback from me to help you design. If you get frustrated, if you close Canva because you can't figure out how to use the toolbars and you're just pulling your hair out, you have to join my channel membership, Sterling Silver. You'll find the information on my community channel, and I'll also link the playlist in the description so that you know how to find the information. So I'm going to grab that file and I'm going to drop it right into the file converter here. I'm going to go to the select the conversion. I want to convert it to a vector, SVG. And I'm just going to click on this orange button here to say convert. And it's going to convert it. And once it's converted, I'm going to download it onto my computer in my downloads. So there it goes. My next step is to open up Microsoft Word. So I'll open up Microsoft Word. I'll open up a blank document. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Insert. I'm going to go to Pictures. I'm going to go to this device. And I'm going to go to my downloads to find that file. And here it is. There's that file. And I'm going to bring it in. And remember, every time you're doing a design, it's going to be a custom frame. This is the process you're going to need to go through. So this is my frame. When you drop in an SVG file into Microsoft Word, you're going to get this option up here that says Convert to Shape. I'm going to select it. You can also use PowerPoint for this, same process. And so now it's converted to a smart shape. I'm going to click it. When I click it, I'm going to get the option to customize the shape format. So I'll click that tab and I'm going to go to Shape Fill and I'm going to fill this image with a picture. Now you can use any picture at all. It can be a stock image. It could be an image from a computer. The image just serves as a placeholder for the frame. So don't worry about what picture you're putting in here. It could be absolutely anything. So I'll just pick these balls there. I don't know what they are. And I'll say Insert. All right, so here is my frame. I'm ready to go. Next step is to save this as a PDF file. So I'm going to go to Save As. I'm going to save this in my Downloads folder. And I'm going to call this Grad Fan 2024. Okay, 2024. And of course, I'm going to save it as a PDF. Okay, it has to be PDF. Okay, I'm going to save it. All right, we're going to head back to Canva. And I'm going to upload this file. So I'm going to go to my upload section. Now, I can either go to my upload section or I can go back to my Canva home. And I can just go up here to upload and I can choose a file and I can just select that Grad Fan 2024 and I can open that. Now you can also drag and drop it onto your workspace, but there's some kind of glitch happening with Canva that you have to go back to your home screen to grab your PDF document. So here it is right here, Grad Fan. I'm going to open that up. So here is my frame. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this frame. So I'll press Control C and I'll go back to this design here. And I'm going to create another page for now. And I'm going to drop that frame in here. So here is my frame. Now, I wish that I could just create a template for this and give you the link and sell it, but unfortunately, like I said, it's a customized link. So this is my frame, and I can now release that image by just pressing delete, and what's remaining is the frame. Now, why did I go through all of this? You're going to ask. Well, it's because now, if I wanted to, I could just put any background in here. So what if I wanted to put grass in here? I could grab some grass and I could put some grass in here. So let me take a copy of that. And I'm going to go right back up to my first image. Now I'm going to make a copy of that and I'm going to use it on this image. So I'm just going to place it there and I'm going to position it in right behind, just before the background. Okay, so here it is right here. And what we can do now is you have the option to print this frame the way it is. So let me just get rid of that green background. Okay, so now we can print this as it is if you like it. We can also, if you wanted to place it behind here. So here it is again, and again, I'm going to go in and go behind, and we can just be careful you don't drop that other image in it, because you don't want to do that, right? Sometimes when you're working with frames, it does get a little challenging, but here it is behind this image here. Now, if you wanted to go all the way through even the 2024 and you want to see it down here, then all you need to do is just remove that white shape, and you have the text remaining if you wanted it to look like that. Now, of course, you'll have to move the circle gradients up to just transition the girl's shirt or whatever gradients you're using, like that. You can also use a regular gradient to diffuse that harsh line. You can put these one on top of another if you wanted to make it smaller. That is 100% up to you to figure out. Now, if you want to see what it looks like with a regular gradient, we can remove that and we can go into elements and we can search for a white gradient. And here's a white gradient. And there's also the option to extend the shirt if you wanted to do that, right? You could bring the shirt down a little bit more. So let me just grab that gradient, bring it down here, and let me flip it like this. And I'll just bring that down like this. So there is another option for you to create a grad fan. Now, if that line is still bothering you, then your other option is to grab text and just put the text right there on top of the line, or you can even just crop this again and put it there, and then put the congratulations right on top so that you're not seeing it. And bring that white gradient up top so it's not so prominent in the number. Now, before we go, I'm going to show you one more trick, and that is how to place any background in text. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new page, and I'll just make this new page white, and I'm going to go to my elements area and I'm going to search for some background. So I'm going to search for gold, and let's go to all gold. So I'll place this on my background like that. I'll create another page and I'll search for black glitter. And I'll put this on my workspace. So let's go back to the gold. Okay, now I'm going to go to my apps section and I'm going to search for an app called Font Frame. And here it is. Font Frame is free to use and it is absolutely amazing. So when you first see Font Frame, you're going to see this text, hello world, but don't panic. You can change the text to anything that you like. In here, I'm going to put 2024 grad. And I'm going to say use selected image. And there it is right there. And I'm going to go to my settings just to show you that you can choose any font that you like. It's got like hundreds of different fonts for you to use. You just need to scroll up and down and find a font that you really, really like. Why don't we try this one? And so here under settings, we have the option to indicate the outline thickness, but I am gonna bring that down to 0. We also have the option for letter spacing, and we can either tighten it up if we want to, but I'm gonna leave it how it was. Maybe even just a little bit wider like that. And we also have the option for line spacing, which is that line in the middle there. Now, you also have the option to move the gold however you like. You see that moving up and down. Now let's go back to image and text, and you can also scale the image in behind the text to make it bigger or smaller. So I'll just leave it like that. So I'll just add this to my design, and here it is right here. And I'm gonna make a copy of that. So Control C, and I'll bring that up top here. I'll make a copy, and I'll remove the 2 text frames and insert that text that we had just done, that we had just created. So there is the text there, and you can adjust this as well. And now this gold text is actually an image, and we can take this one step further. We can go into Edit Image, and we can add a shadow. So we can create an outline if we wanted to, in any color that we wanted to do that. And you can determine the size that you want for this as well. So one thing is, just don't forget to bring that text congratulations up to the front. So remember to go to Position, Layers, and to bring that in front of the 2024 grad. Okay, so that is one. That is the gold effect. Let's go and take a look what we can do with that diamond background. So here's the diamond background. We're back here at 2024 grad. And I'm going to use a selected image. Here it is. I'll leave the font. And I do have the outline thickness. I'm just going to make that a little bit smaller, the outline thickness. And I'm going to increase the letter spacing just a little bit, as well as the line spacing. I want a little bit of space in between there. And let's see what that looks like. So here it is right here. Let's take a copy of this. So I'll take a copy and I'll bring it up here. And I'm just going to duplicate this and remove that gold and place that silver one in here. Okay, so here is the silver, and I'm going to remove that white shape for a second. And I'm going to put this here like so. Now, don't forget that you need to bring the congratulations in front. But before we do that, I'm going to take this because, again, remember, it's an image. We're going to go into Edit Image, and we're going to go back into Shadows, and we're going to add an outline. And this time we're going to add a white outline like that. And now remember that frame that we had created at the beginning, this frame over here? Let's grab this frame, Control C, let's bring it up here, and let's paste it. And this time, let's make it black. And let's push that frame right behind the girl, okay? And now what we can do is we can just resize it a little bit down. Now you have to be careful because that is a frame. So just grab it by the sides and bring that down if you have to, okay? Okay, and let's go back into position. Let's grab these here and we can make those a little bit bigger. and just move them up so that we're blending a little bit better like that. Okay, and again, you can move that up, but don't forget to move that text, congratulations, in front of your 2024 grad. Okay, so that's a different look, and that's how we can achieve a glitter with our grad fans. So we've created this design with that glitter, and then we've created this design with the gold, and we've created this design with the 2024 grad. And then there's that one with the grass, which is right here. And that's pretty much it on how to create grad fans. I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe to be notified when new content comes out. For now, my friends, I will say bye-bye.